Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, AMV Queen. What's up, guys? Oh my god. Okay, I have a mic set up that's really sketchy. I got a new mic. Hopefully this sounds better. It never sounds good, let's be honest. The content never sounds good, but we prevail. So what's on the schedule today? Well, I am finally going to give a hands-on tour slash tutorial slash walkthrough of how I made my Caitlyn Kiramman cosplay from Arcane slash League of Legends. I did this back in March of this year, 2025. It was a con crunch. It was kind of like a last minute thing, but it all came together and it looked great. So let's roll the footage and get rocking. Hey guys, I'm trying to achieve the impossible and make a full Caitlyn Arcane cosplay in 3 weeks. Is this falling? 3 weeks is a lot of time, AMV Queen. No, it's not. It's not a lot of time. Why is this freaking thing freaking falling? 3 weeks might be a lot of time to make a cosplay for some people, not for me. I have many things going on, so that's not a lot of time in my world. So guys, let's lock in and hope for the best. And we'll see how this goes. Maybe it won't be finished in time. And we won't freak out about it. Pattern that I'm using for her dress. Oh yeah, it's the enforcer costume. So I'm gonna be a cop. Doing this, we're gonna modify it just a little bit. We'll see how that goes. I am a fabric hoarder. I have 3 different options. I have a darker blue. I have this. This is a really nice color, and to be honest, it's a really nice material too. And I have this more scratchy one that looks a little dark. So I think I'm gonna go with this one as long as I have enough. If I don't, I'll have to do the darker one. Going in raw, not even making a mock-up. We're just going in because we, as in me, don't have time. So I'm also gonna have to cut the sleeves. This pattern has pockets. And I've never done pockets before, but we're gonna try because fellow cosplayers, when you are holding your phone, you have nowhere to put it, and it's really freaking stressful at a convention. That's what this is for. So all the fabric's cut out. Now we're gonna get to sewing, and to be honest, after cutting everything out, like it was really intimidating at first, but after I cut all the pieces out, it seems like it's gonna be kind of easy to sew the dress. So let's hope, guys. We're gonna sew darts on the front of the bodice of the dress. Guys, it's a brand new day in the workroom. I have mics now, so my audio isn't effing awful because this iPhone mic sucks. Lo and behold, we are behind, so we gotta get rocking. So let's go. So I'm adding the cuff to the sleeve, and I have this pleather just sitting around. Once again, thankfully, I am a fabric hoarder, so it's just sitting here. Don't have to spend $1. Because of all the dollars I spent in the past. The sleeve is like a full-length sleeve. I cut some off, so now I'm just gonna cut it to be exactly the length. I think I want to add the cuff on now before I sew the whole thing together, so it's not like... It'll just be 5,000 times worse to sew if I do that. Boom, now we have to iron. Hey, note to self and everyone. Don't iron pleather at a really high heat. Maybe don't even iron it at all. Fortunately, this is just like the bad side, but let's just go ahead and remember not to do that because it gets, it melts. Oops, I guess because it's plastic. It turned out perfect! Obviously, it's gonna sit a little different because I'm wearing a shirt and there's a situation here. But it worked. So the whole of the sleeve is shorter than what this is. So no matter what, when you sew it on, the fabrics, there's going to be extra fabric in the seam. And I'll show you how it bunches, see, at the top. And that is intentional. It's supposed to be like, I feel like every garment I've sewn, it's supposed to be like that. What you have to do is sew like a gathering or a basting stitch. I think probably more like a basting one. But just like a stitch that you're able to kind of gather. So then when you're sewing, you can get this gathering ruffle so it fits perfectly. Because when I used to sew sleeves on, I would gather all the fabric down in the armpit, so like you couldn't see the gathering or like the bunching. But that's not supposed to, you're not supposed to do that. That was me being stupid. This is from someone who has learned this the hard way multiple times. When you're sewing a sleeve and you're at the shoulder, it's supposed to gather depending on the style of the garment, especially because this one is an older pattern, like a really old pattern. I think it gathers a bit more. And I think it's just so you can, like, there's room for movement. I don't make patterns, so I don't really know. Don't skip the basting or like the gathering stitch, because then it'll just be extra work. All right. It's all coming together. It looks so freaking good. Ooh. Trying to hem this sleeve, this pleather, was a friggin' nightmare. I had to use painter's tape to just get the thing going. And there's holes in it. Oops. The skirt's done. I think I need to take it in and make it a little more form-fitting. I think I have to take it in a lot, so I'm gonna go experiment with that. Alright, so I've attached the bodice to the skirt, and this is the first try, and I don't even know if you can see the full thing because the framing right now is awful. Having issues with the pockets, as much as I want them. Here they are ticking me off because they're sticking out weird because I had to adjust the skirt so much because it was so flowy. It doesn't really, the design of the pockets doesn't fit like a A-line skirt. I still have to add the zipper. So I'll do that. That might help. I don't really see it helping that much, to be honest, with the pockets. Worst comes to worst, the pockets just come out because that'll be very unfortunate. But if it's just not gonna look good, then they're coming out. Alright, I'm lurking all the way back here so you can see my full body, but the dress is mostly done. I still have to sew the zipper in, and I'm gonna keep it on now and just draw where the boots hit, because I have the boots, and like where to draw, there's kind of like a curve here. I did make a mistake trying to freaking get this from flowy to a straight skirt, and I made very little room in the fanny, so we're gonna have to figure that out because that's no good. Let's freaking unbox these boots, man. I'm praying that they fit. Okay, these are actually pretty nice. And I didn't get a heel because every time I wear heels to conventions, I literally feel like I am going to unalive. So, are these brown? Yeah, these are brown. Are they black? They look brown. Maybe it's dark in here. Okay, I'm gonna try these on. I kind of feel like a baddie in these boots, guys. Like, I kind of feel like I'm eating, even though I'm clearly not. But like, okay, who is she? I am 100%, my face is 100% out of the frame, but now we have to determine the length of this skirt, so we can also add the ruffle. So I have one boot on it and feel like putting the other one on. Oops, that's fine. It'll just be mirrored, so let's go. We're gonna mark where the highest it can go without my vagine showing, and then like right there. And then we'll need some extra for that little white bit. This is gonna be a very short dress at the front, which is fine. I can just make it longer at the back, so I won't be worried about it. So I think what we'll do is go to, like, oh my god, like here. Do it like, I cannot draw a straight line. Okay. If anything, maybe these boots should have been shorter, but whatever. Alright, so what I've done is folded the dress in half sideways like this, and we're gonna cut, but I'm not gonna touch the back for now. So I'm working on the white flowy bit at the bottom of the dress, And let me show you the hem. It looks really bad. It's not smooth. This is where I say I'm not a master of cosplay. I am whatever's between novice and master, because stuff like this happens and part of me is like, well, I have a deadline, I don't really care enough. Another part of me, I am bothered that it looks bad, but I don't have the technical skills to figure that out. Hey guys, I'm gonna work on some of the thigh boot details now. I'm taking a break from the dress. I fixed the hem because it was fraying quite a bit and now it kind of falls weird. I'm gonna use non-stretch white for, a different fabric than what I was using before. It's not shiny and less floppy, so it has a little more structure. We'll see if that works. We're on to the gloves now. I really struggled with them because I had no patterns and no time. And the pleather that I was working with, as I will probably complain about while we're going through it, was awful. Fortunately, the back was like a softer fabric that would push through, but I learned the hard way that I definitely needed something more intense to help guide the fabric through because it kept on sticking. I'm working on the gloves today. The pattern I got is from Treen's Treasury, and I'll show more of that in post. I'll add it over here. So I have all of my pieces cut out with the brown pleather. This glove pattern doesn't go all the way down the arm like Caitlyn's does. So also, do you like the angle I'm speaking to you at? So we're going to be adding more on, but first I'm going to just assemble the glove. Glove updates! I tried to make it. I got ticked off. Wait, where is the one I'm making? I got ticked off. I'm running out of time, so I'm just using my Zelda gloves, and we're going from there. Maybe I'll make gloves on another date, but something that you think is going to be so easy actually kind of sucks. So these are perfect. So Caitlyn's glove, it looks wrapped, so I'm going to try to get that effect for the rest of the arm part. So I have part of the glove. Now we're gonna combine it with it's gonna get really effed up. These gloves are taking me off. Let's just get it over with. Okay. I'm done with gloves. One looks so much better than the other. This one's gonna have to be fixed when I have more time. Also, notice how there's no hand part? It's because I got ticked off trying to make a glove, and so now I'm using my Zelda gloves. So after taking a break from the dress, I went back to the front part to construct, once again without a pattern. So I had to measure the garment to see how big it was going to be. And fortunately I had all the fabric already, so I went ahead and did that. The gold trim was really interesting to make because it's a four-way stretch just around the piece. I did not want four-way stretch. I don't want gold four-way stretch to use for accents like that. It's really annoying because you have to add an interfacing on the back, or fusible interfacing. But I just can't find non-stretch gold that's that shiny. So this is what it ended up with, and I was kind of ticked off. Because also that fabric's really expensive. So if anyone knows about any good gold fabric that isn't stretch, please let me know. I don't want to use stretch anymore. That's really annoying. It's like an extra step, but it looks good. I'm working on the collar now. I don't know why at any point I thought this dress was going to be easy, because I just put it on and I almost canceled my wearing it tomorrow to Toronto Comic Con because it all looked bad, but then I came up with a way to fix it. So we're back on track, but it's difficult. Okay. The little ascot was a nightmare. It still looks bad and still needs to be fixed. It's like very flimsy. To be honest, the whole neck area I kind of changed because I'm not very confident in my neck or chin area. So I wanted to adjust it so it didn't look as bulky, or like it just looked better for me. So I took off like the collar and I just kind of shifted it down to here. And originally I put it on and it just looked, everything was awful. But fortunately, as I just said, I found a way to fix that and to overcome it. Once again, to this day, the neckline is still not hemmed because I'm lazy, basically. The belt and the boots were, because I was con crunching, super rushed. I barely got any footage of me making it. I thrifted the belt and I bought the boots from Amazon, and they were kind of expensive, but to be honest, they're so comfortable and they fit perfectly. No issues. Like, I didn't have any blisters or anything the day I actually wore them. She has a harness and like shoulder gauntlets or whatever, shoulder armor that I was totally gonna do. Ran out of time, haven't looked at it since then. It would definitely complete the piece because it is part of her costume or her outfit, but I just haven't. I even have footage, as you can see here, of me making it and then never returning to it again. I decided at the last minute to make a tiny hat to go with my cosplay because she has a huge one in the show. And I was like, no, that's not happening. I'm not wearing a huge hat. I will make a tiny one though, and it was super fun to make. I made it in a couple hours. The only problem is getting it to stay throughout the day. I put magnets in it. I kind of cheated, and this is why it didn't stay, is because I put my wig cap on and then magnets, just threw them in there, didn't stick them down or anything, and then the wig, and then the hat. So that's why I guess it fell off. I guess that doesn't work. Alright, and that is how I made my Caitlyn Kiramman cosplay from League of Legends / Arcane. The dress is super cute, the boots are super cute, it's really comfy. It's like one of my favorite cosplays to wear. I just have to get the wig fixed because it always like slides into my eye and I get really annoyed and then it gets stuck in my eyelash. We need to fix that. Other than that, it's all good. So thank you so much if you watched this entire tutorial. I have more to come. I need to get my editing hat on and edit some projects like this one, get them finished. So crazy. Stick around for more fascinating content in the cosplay realm from your boy AMV Queen.